after one month absent, fortunately, we can just meet each other. Then what I just want to say is whatever, whenever you are free, I would like to ask you to say. See, that's what setting is great or tremendously important for us to do. The reason why is, see, the other just always just mentioned about, see, we are definitely ourselves. No doubt at all. No doubt at all. But we don't know much about who we are. See, this is a tremendous, miserable thing. What we think of the self is not reality. It's not a reality. See, although people never understand this reality, even in concept. See, what's the reality ourselves. When I just face this, I simply become as it is. See, why do we have to be? You see, definitely when we just face this, we simply just become as it is. See? Nothing more than exactly as it is. Why do we have to be? Without doing anything, without doing anything is without self, without what we think of the self. This is such a wondrous thing, but no one have any question about this reality. See, when I feel this, I simply become as it is without doing anything. When I feel this, I simply become as it is without doing anything. See, this is a tremendous thing, but people never have any question. That's a totally problem. Gary-san, I know much about where you are. You are outside of the universe. You are outside of the universe. So great. Okay. So before we just study today's text, I just want to mention one thing. This is very, very important thing for us to realize who we are. The very famous, one of the most famous Zen master in China is the Master Joshi. When some monks just asked the Joshi whether dog has a Buddha nature or not. See, Buddha nature is the essential self. The essential self. See? When Shakyamuni Buddha realized who he was, he said, everything has a Buddha nature. See, not only what we think about the human being, but the animals, this planet, whatever. Everything has a Buddha nature. See, the essential self. That's the reason the monk just asked Joshi whether a dog has a Buddha nature or not. Then the Joshi just answered, yes. So that this monk simply just accept his answer. But the other occasion, the other monks just asked the same question, whether dog has a Buddha nature or not. This time, Joshua answers, no. See, that's the reason this monk has a great trouble. Because once some monk asked Joshi whether the dog has a Buddha nature or not, he said yes. Then this monk just asked the same question, whether dog has a Buddha nature or not. The answer is no. Why Joshi just answered differently with the same question? We care much about we simply just care much about words and letters. See, although Joshi just answered, see, correctly. See, what the Buddha nature is. See, but people never understand. People never understand it because people care much about word and letters. See, when Joshi said yes, when Joshi say yes, we simply become yes itself and the end. And when Joshi just answers no, we simply become no and end. This is Buddha nature. This is Buddha nature. This is the essential of self. You see, in another way, when I clap my hand, you simply become this sound. This is the essential of self. This is the essential self. Not this one, not this one. People definitely just recognize this one as a self or I. That's the reason people never understand what the Joshi's answer is. See, our Buddha nature, or the essential self. The essential self is when I say yes, you simply become yes as it is. The end. Nothing left. Nothing left. See, when I say no, you simply become no. Then end. Nothing left at all. This is the essential of self. Not this one. Not this one. That's the reason. That's the reason we have to do as Zazen in order to just realize who we are. The only Zazen you'll be able to encounter the essential self. See, people totally misunderstanding what people thinking about. This one is this one is a self. See, this one is another self. This is another human body. This one is another human body. This one is a Dharma body. Or the people recognize this one as a self. That's a total misunderstanding. And then this causes us a question and trouble and problem. So-called suffering will come out from this misunderstanding. That's the reason we have to do it. Then you'll be able to just realize who you. Then you never have any trouble. Then you never have any trouble. Only this misunderstanding, this delusion just causes us trouble. Nothing anymore. Nothing more. So that Shakyamuni Buddha or the patriarchs just recommend us to Zazen. that then is so great, so great. Most people never understand it. That's why people never want to do zazen, practice zazen. But it doesn't care. It doesn't matter. So you simply do a zazen. Then you'll be able to just realize who you are. Then you'll be able to just recommend anybody who just have a trouble to do that. Right. That's the thing. So we go back to today's take is number 10. Not thinking. Oh, not thinking. Gary said, you're always not thinking. You're always not. Because you're always in a library. You don't need to think of anything. But today is outside of library. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? It's a kind of. That's
Upstairs, upstairs.
Oh, could you find another planet? Could you find another planet? Could you find another planet to live? Very good.
maybe have to.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to. Because you have a library. Okay. So not thinking. This is such a great expression. Not thinking. See? So what are the girls just what the girls just to teach what girls teacher is with not thinking. Settle, oh, excuse me. Settle into steady, immobile sitting. Think of not thinking. Not thinking. What kind of thinking is that? Understandable? See? Think of not think. Think of not thinking. For 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 concept about as far as concept is concerned, thinking of not thinking is impossible to think of, except Garishin. You know much about you know much much about this reality. Think of not thinking. See? Because you are far beyond a human being. That's the reason you know much about the, think of another thing. Think of nothing. So when when we just say do it this way, think of not thinking. So people are so confused. People are so confused, and then complain themselves. Why would we be able to do think of nothing? Yes, but always, always see, thinking of not thinking is a come out always first. See, come out first, and then you just recognize that's reality, and then you just try to think about what it is. That's come out later. See? Always think of nothing. Think of nothing. Think of nothing. Come out. See? Then end. then you just recognize what it is, and then you just try to figure out, try to deal with it, and then you feel so much confused, except Gary-san. Gary-san. Okay. So think of not thinking is when I face this. See, when I face this, I simply become as it is. See, oneness, oneness. This is thinking. This is a thinking without thinking. See, this is a thinking. This is a thinking. This is a thinking without thinking. This is come out, but people never understand it. That's the reason Dogen Zen, Master Dogen just teach you. Just think of nothing. This is a way of Zazen. How you can do it. See, when I feel this, see, I simply become as it is, without thinking. Without thinking. When I feel this, I simply become as it is, without thinking. See? Every activity we are just doing in daily life is thinking of thinking of this thinking without thinking. Every activity we are doing in a daily life is thinking without thinking. See, when I feel this, I simply become as it is, without thinking, without thinking. This is the essential self. See? Or you may say this is the universal activity. See? We don't need to do anything. We don't need to do anything by thinking or concept. See? Oh, we can just simply act without doing anything, without trying to do anything. See? I simply just when I weigh this, I simply become as it is, without doing anything. See, that much our activity in the universe, not a human being, not human activities. See, don't mix up this one. Never just to deceive by thinking. See, although it's a totally difficult, see? But it doesn't. Okay. Think of not thinking. Not thinking. What kind of thinking is that? Non-thinking. We'll be able to just understand the difference. Not thinking, non-thinking. The exact same. You see, the explanation is, you may say, slightly different. But see, when I face this, I simply become as it without thinking. See, without thinking. Although the quite many thinking come out what that things. See, thinking or thought simply just come out. See, in our mind without any this. Without any simply just come on. See, that's the reason you may not, even you say that is another thinking. That is another thinking. It's true because without any reason. because of without any reasons. You can say, oh, that is you can say that is thinking, but also you can say that is not a thing. It's exactly no problem at all. It's the same. Oh, it's hard for Gary-san. Only you'll be able to understand the same thing. See, without any reason. That's reason. See, people will say, oh, that is thinking, that is thinking. Or you may say this, oh, that is another thing. See, exactly the same. No different at all. See, the other this one, this one, this one. See, people just call people call this one as a glass case, glass case. See, when I say this is a glass case, people totally accept it. Oh yes, this is. But when I say, this is yourself, this is yourself, people never understand it. People never understand. But this one, see, even I say, like, this is a glass case. See, even I say, this is yours. This one never change. This one never changes. See, that's much. Reality is nothing concerned with word and letters. Word and letters. See, this is a very important thing for us to realize who we are. See, reality is nothing concerned with words and letters. Concept. See, well, people care much about words and letters too much. That's causes us trouble. See, reality is nothing concerned. Reality is nothing concerned with with the reality is out with the thinking. See? So if we really want to just encounter the essential thing for time being, we should we should we should not care much about thinking. We should not do anything by thinking. See? If you can do it, you'll be able to just encounter the essentials. See? Right now. I never try to do anything, but simply just talk. I simply just talk without any thinking, without trying to do anything. Gary-san, Gary-san, without without trying to do anything. You simply see. This is nothing concerned with the human activity. This is a universal activity without self. Without self, we can just simply just act. See? So great, so tremendous. But people never understand. People never understand. See, unfortunately, that's the reason. The Shakyamuni Buddha was just patriarchs, just like to mention about our teachers what the reality is. That's it. That's exactly. If you can just do that, see, as the Shakyamuni Buddha or the patriarchs just teaching, then you'll be able to just realize who you are. Okay. not thinking, not thinking. What kind of thinking is that? Non-thinking, the same thing. This is an essential art of Zazen. This is something we have to do. See, as I just mentioned, see what the Zazen is. See, when I just face this, I simply become as it is, without doing anything. See, oneness. See, people never understand this reality is oneness because people, people are always divided uh, uh, two or three by thinking. See? But people never understand this reality, oneness. But reality is when I face this, I simply become as it is. See, I simply become one. I simply become one with the things as I face. See, anytime, every time. But people never understand it. That's much people just care much about thinking. And that much are the people are the attached to thinking, attached to thinking. That's the reason. That's the reason people never understand it. This reality, even in concept. What does it? But what does it mean? As a, as the Geologists teachers, whatever thinking or thought come out in our mind without any reason. See, people never understand this, but it's a totally difficult to understand it by thinking. So that see, well, you may think you have to think it. Oh, it's totally difficult, but well, I really want to encounter the essential self. That's the reason I do it. I'll do it. This kind of the desire, if you have, you can do it. You can do it. See? Even you just try to think about what's what the thinking was. It's totally difficult. So that for time being, you just why necessary, you just throw away your thinking. Then even something just happened with doing the other. I never just regret this kind of idea of thinking to come out in your mind. Then you'll be able to do it. Okay. So, what does that then mean? Whatever thinking or thought come out in our mind, as I just mentioned, without any reason. That's the reason we don't need to care much about it at all. At all. Simply just let it go. Let it go as it is. This is as it. If you can do it. See, the more you do this, the more you just become the things as you face. Then eventually, there is no separation. There is no separation between this and this. See, that's much. That's much we have to do as others. See, this is no doubt. This is no doubt. See, Shakyamuni Buddha and Patriarchs just experience this reality. Otherwise, you never be able to just satisfy with yourself. You never be just completely be free from everything. This reality, and once you need to experience, then you you completely free from everything. Okay. So this is the essential, this is the essential art of Zazen. Fukan Zazen, universally recommended instruction for Zazen by Zen Master Dogen. Yeah, and very famous. Although the Master Dogen just teach us how we'll be able to how we will be able to just encounter the essentials. You simply just understand, oh, this way, or if we can do it, then we'll be able to just encounter the essentials. This is not, this is totally useful. We have to do a zazen. We have to do a zazen. See, even you just understand it in concept, nothing totally useless. See? That's the reason we have to do that. Then, as I just mentioned before, the more you do this, that, the more you do this, that, the more you just become one with the things you face. Then eventually, there is no separation between this and that. Then you'll be able to just realize for you what's the essential self. Not much we have to do as it's totally difficult to do. Easy to say, but totally difficult to do it. But if you really want to just encounter the essential step, we have to do. You have to do. See, only one chance. Nothing more, nothing anymore. Only one chance within our life. Within our life, we have to do it within our lives. But this is the tremendous, the valuable things for us to do. Okay, sit straight and alert. Now think of what it is, what it. Without thought, how can you think of it? Be nothing, be non-thinking. This is the main method of Zazen. This is Zazen Yojinki described in Zazen Yojinki. Note on what to be aware of in Zazen by Zen Master Keizen. Master Keizen is the fourth the successor of the Master Dogen. The explanation or expression is slightly different. But what those two masters just wanna just teach us exactly the same. Exactly the same. See? When I face it, see, I simply become a detail. Without doing anything, without thinking anything. See? What do we have to be? See? Think of this. Think of this. See? In another word, whatever thinking or thought come out in our mind, simply just let it go. Let it go as it is. This is that. Then you'll be able to just encounter the essentials. Okay. Master Dogen indicates the essential art of Zazen, and then Master Kaiden indicates the main method of Zazen. Either way, please accept this this as the most important key of Zazen practice. See? This is something we have to do. Also, quite difficult to understand what those two masters teach. See? But if you have any question, if you have any question, just send the email to Gary's. Oh, no, not Gary's. Galaxies. Please send me. It's very, it's quite, it's quite difficult how to practice that. That's it. If you have, whenever you have any question, just send the email to me. Yes. Ask me how to practice that. This is very important. Master Dogen indicates the essential art of Zazen, and then Master Kazen indicates the main method of Zazen. Either way, please accept this as the most important key of Zazen practice. You see, if you have a strong aspiration, see, you can do it. See, only one chance. See, as I just mentioned, see, we are definitely ourselves, but we don't know much about who you are. What we think of the self is a delusion. Delusions, see, not a reality alone. That's the reason we have to do. See, within our life, we have to encounter the essential self. And this is the most important things for us to do. Okay. I strongly doubt that the Zazen practice is being properly taught of the reflective practice. See, why the Gendoshi have to teach us is unfortunately, what the people are doing Zazen is another good, unfortunately, because the teachers don't know much about what reality is, what the realization is. That's reason. Teacher don't know much about, see, what the realization is, because they never have any experience. See, that's reason. But doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's simply just to do something, as I just mentioned. But whatever thinking outside come out in your mind. See? Simply just let it go as it is. This is nothing. This is nothing you do. Then you'll be able to encounter. See? But whenever you have a question or doubt, just ask me. The way of your practicing is correct or not. Otherwise, it's totally in vain to do. Just ask. Then you do. Then ask. Then you do. And then your way of practicing is focused. the focus to the correct way. Then eventually you will be able to encounter the essential self. Okay. This is a very important thing. So that if you just want to just realize who you, please just ask me whether your practice is the correct or not. Okay. That's the reason the master again just teach. Want to teach yet. I strongly doubt that certain practices being properly taught or correctly practiced, as I mentioned, that the unfortunate so-called certain master the master or the teachers don't know much about the reality. And that's the reason people are just so confused to practice that. And from the teachers, in a way, the teachers simply just sit, simply just sit. Then the practice, when the practitioner just ask after doing that, what's happened? You should not think over it. Just simply sit this way. Even you do this, you never will be able to just realize or encounter the essential self. Okay. So that's the reason I strongly doubt that certain practice is being properly taught or correctly practiced. The most important thing is what you are actually doing during zazen. What you have to do during zazen, whatever thinking or thoughts just come out in your mind, simply just let it go. This is zazen. Whether you can do it or not. Okay, and even in daily activity as well. This should be the most the critical point to transmit. But unfortunately, so-called Zen master in the world never know much about how to do it. Okay. Having learned Zazen whole etiquette, the posture and management of the breath, we take up our position and sit quietly. So are we done. So are we done. Well, it's all right. It's all right. Then what do you have to do? But people think about that is quite much enough. Just sit this way. That is not enough. So are we done? Please take on this point as your own. See? What you have to do after management of the breath and make a posture as it is, and sit quiet. Then you have to do what you have to do is whatever you're thinking or thought come out in your mind. Simply just let it go as it is. This is that we have to do. We want to just recommend you to do. Okay. Human factories work purely according to their function. what it is kind of a sixth sense. See, the things to eyes, sound to the ear, see, smell to nose, and the taste to a mouth, and a kind of perception, hot and cold to a body, and then without then, with everything, so kind of thinking also to come out. See? Without centers, without center. See? Those six senses just act randomly without center. See? Right nose, right nose. This, this, this way we simply just practice. Uh, when I say so, people are so confused. Yeah, that things it's impossible. It's impossible to do. See, people think of it. But we can do it. We can do it right now. Even you're thinking so much and try to do anything about it. Our activity is simply just our activity is simply just act without thinking. So you don't need to worry about that. But unfortunately, you never be able to accept it. You never be able to accept it. That's the reason. That's the reason for time being. See? You see, we have to do. We have to do. We have to. What we have to do is whatever thinking or thought come out in our mind, simply just let it go. Then you'll be able to understand what the practice is. See, right now, without practice, we don't need to do any practice. See? We simply just we can just simply act without thinking. See, but people never accept it, and that's the reason we have to do zazen. See? We can simply just act without thinking. See? In other words, we can simply act. We can simply act without self, without self. I simply just talk to you. I simply talk to you without self. They, you simply, if you listen to what I'm just talking about without self. Oh, amazing! See, this is the reality. See, this is the reality of whole universe. See, that's the reason people never understand it. People never understand it. But once you recognize this, once you just realize this reality, you're completely, you feel completely great, safe. No problem at all. That's the reason we wanna just recommend you. We wanna just recommend you to do this. Okay. Human faculty. Human faculties work purely according to their function. Those six senses, as I just mentioned, those those six senses simply just act, simply without any reason, because what what we think about the self never exists, never intervene, never enter. Then entering these those activities without self. So we can just simply ask right now, right here. And people never understand. That's the reason we have to do that. Human faculties work purely according to their function. The truth of now exists in accordance with the truth as it is. As it is. You simply just ask. See, when I clap my hand, you simply just ask as I did. See, why do we have to be? See, this is the most important thing. People never understand. That's the reason we have to do that. Be aware of your own state. Be aware of your own state in which you are not thinking about the truth. See? Without thinking, we can simply act. So great. Without self, without self. While excuse me, while trying not to miss the truth, which is to think of another thinking. Please don't misunderstand this point. See? Always our activity is not our activity is without thinking, not thinking, non-thinking. See? This is a tremendous the variable and the important things. People never understand. Only God is understanding, because God is far beyond of a human being. What kind what kind of things are you? I would like to ask you. Very great. Yeah. But this is the most important thing. Without self, we can simply act right now, right here. Who is acting? Who is acting? See, that's the reason. That's the reason the master, along with us, teacher. See? Our activity is complete and universal. But if you understand this, with thinking of concept doesn't mean it doesn't mean anything. It's totally useless. But that's the reason we have to do it. Then you'll be just completely realize who you what is doesn't. Okay, this is maybe time. Gary-san, finally, what I just want to say, you know much about it. Only 1 square meter space. 1 square meter space is not. Although I just complain you, your space is so huge. Library. 1 square meter space. 1 square meter space is totally enough. Maybe half. And then if you have a kind of round question, it would be better. If not, it's nothing trouble at all. Then simply said. And then whatever the thinking has to come out in your mind without any reason. That's the reason we don't need to care much about anything. Simply let it go as it is. This is that. This is that. See? we like to recommend you to do. Then eventually what's happened? There, there is there is no separation between this and this, this and this, this and this. No separation. You don't know much about anything. You don't know much about anything. Everything is a complete. Everything is a completely disappeared. This much, you do that. Then you'll be able to encounter the essentials. That is a Shakyamuni Buddha's realization. This is the only one thing that we have to do. Yeah, another one. Other one. See, this is only one chance to be born as a human being. But these are the tremendous, are the variable things we just missed. So that's the reason we have we have to do that. That's what that is most important thing. Most important thing. Gary-san, see you, see you the next time. So never
Okay.
sleep.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. But never sleep in a library. Right. Thank you so much. See you.
Okay.
The day after.
Thank you.
Koko-san, see you.